Do you want to save some money on food? Now, whether you are moving or not, you might just want to go through your food cabinets or your pantry or your fridge and your freezer and see what you have. Wipe everything out, wipe out the crumbs and the dust, any spills, and check and see what you have and start using that up. There might be stuff in the back of the cupboard or the back of the fridge there that you've forgotten, and you may or may not want to eat it, but now's the time to make that decision. Now, this is my third and final part for my kitchen spring cleaning. While I go through my pantry and my fridge and my freezers. I don't know if I'll show you me actually going through all that stuff. I might do a quick before and after, but I'll do a recap at the end with my top 5 tips for decluttering and maybe a few organizing things that you may or may not have heard before. So hopefully I see you at the end. Now, I just wanted to make a little quick note that you may notice if you've watched my previous videos on my kitchen spring cleaning, that some of these clips are out of sequence. I tried to kind of group them together into like categories. I did the first one on my glass cabinet displays, the second one on general spring cleaning out all my other cabinets, and then this one is about the food cabinets. But in my food cabinets, I also have some other things that are not food, as in my coffee and tea cupboard that you'll see coming up in a minute. So I just wanted to put that out there. These are not really filmed in sequence, and so just keep that in mind. So I got all my cups out of the dishwasher, plus I had these green ones I'd already removed from that cabinet there. And today I'm going to finish cleaning out this cabinet and reorganizing it with my teas and coffee. And I'm also going to do this one with my oils and vinegars and other things like that. Well, everything's cleaned out now and I've reorganized things a little bit. I put my cups up there. Usually the ones on the top there are what I have for guests. These are ones I use all the time. This is actually one of my favorites too, but I don't reach for it too much anymore. It does have a chip out of it and a little crack there as well. I'm gonna have to let this go so that I can make room. Well, I have my favorite cup here. This is the one I use every day for my coffee. Isn't it beautiful? It's one of the most expensive cups I've ever bought, but I use it every day and I love it. So, but when I am not, don't have it out because I reuse the same cup throughout the day, I will be able to put it away up there. And the bigger cups there, I like to use for some of my tea. Now I've cleaned up this cabinet out too, and I brought this recipe box down here with a couple other recipe things there. I decided to leave my vitamins in here because every day when I open this cabinet, I will see them and remember to take them. Otherwise, I'll forget about it. I can see the coconut oil and ghee behind there. I've got my oils, vinegar, salt and pepper there. Up there, I found this glass bottle with that I can mix my own salad dressing stuff. And I've got the 2 other things that have recipes in that I actually use. Now, behind there, I decided to put my back stock of salt. So I've got salt and sea salt up there. Because, this is where I would go to grab the salt. So I figured, why not have my back stock there and free up space in the other cabinets. Now, I had this binder here with diet plans, which I've decided I should get rid of. I mean, it's got, lots of information about different diets and nutritional facts and things like that. But you know what? I never, ever access that. I got to a point in my life where I know what to eat to be healthy, and I try and get exercise as well. And I am what I am. I've been struggling with my weight for my whole life. So, it's just time to let that go. Now, I also found this in the back up there, which I forgot I had. It's also like a salad dressing thingy, and it feels kind of greasy. So I'm gonna throw it in the dishwasher and wash it before I discard it because I forgot I had it, and I'm trying to get away from using plastic, and I don't even really like that shade of green so much anymore. So that's gonna go as well. Moving on to the cabinet over the fridge. I've already got it cleaned out. I have a few things here that were up there, and I also have a few more things that I bought yesterday at the grocery store that I need to find a place for. But I thought I should probably clean out my pantry cabinet here and see what I have and what I need to use up. Give those a clean out, and then I can try and reorganize things. Okay, so a few things here. These crackers. I've had these, I don't know, over a year anyway. I don't like them. They've never really tasted right to me, so I don't know if that's the way they're supposed to or if they were just so old. I don't know. They're not that old. They weren't that old when I bought them and when I opened the package. But yeah, I'm going to throw those out and put those in the green bin. Now, I don't do a lot of baking. And I used to belong to Costco and shop there. But really did not make sense to me. Look at that. Best before July 22nd, 2022. Now, they're probably still good because they haven't even been opened. But I have not used them. So either I make a plan to use some of them. I think I'm going to have to throw some of them out. Or maybe I'll ask my son and daughter-in-law if they want to use them at all. If nobody wants them, I obviously haven't used these in the last 3 years. And I do have a recipe that I do like to use raisins in. But I was using up other raisins I had that lasted forever. So I'll be working on that. Anyway, chickpea pasta. So I just finished what was in here. And I have a little bit more. So this is the last of my chickpea pasta I'm going to put in there. And I'm going to just double check what I've got for other things to see what I need to use up. Well, I'm almost done here. I think I might be done. I don't know. I've got my backstock stuff here. I've got extra crackers in that pull-out tray. In the top wicker basket, I've got my turquoise mason jars, and I've got a few extra poo bags in dog treats. I'm still figuring out what I'm going to do with extra dog food and stuff like that, but I'll worry about that later. And over here I have tried to put things that I want to, have easy access to right up front. I got another one of these Lazy Susans so that all I have to do is spin it around and then I can get whatever rice or lentils or whatever I want there. And if you can see behind there, I put a little shelf riser thing with a couple things of nuts, and there's sunflower seeds on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that behind there. I don't access them as much, but anyway, that's there. And I still have my baking stuff up here and some back stock in that basket on the left, the other baking stuff on the right. And I think I have a couple of, brown rice flour and cornstarch in the turquoise jars behind my sugar. Also, I'm not accessing them all the time. In fact, I don't do a lot of baking, so that's why my baking stuff is still way up there. I do have pasta more frequently, and I don't have to stand on a ladder all the time to reach my spaghetti stuff and other pastas. And yeah, more breakfast stuff here. So I got some snacking stuff as well, and some pumpkin seeds. And I got some hemp hearts and chia seeds and other things that will go good in like smoothies, although I haven't had a smoothie in a long time, or salad stuff, or on oatmeal. Anyway, I want to use up all this stuff. I had to throw out a lot of nuts and things that had gone off. The sliced almonds, I had to throw those all out. The walnuts, crackers, yeah. So I don't necessarily go by expiry dates on things, but if you taste something and it tastes, throw it out. You're not going to eat it, are you? So why keep it back in your cupboard? Now I'm going to go through my pantry drawers here, check for expired stuff, and I did buy some more oregano and black peppercorns yesterday because I noticed I was out of those. So I'm going to be refilling some of my spice jars as well. So I cleaned out my spice drawer. I topped up some of the ones I was getting low on. There's a few others that I need to get, but I think this is probably good for now. The cans I went through, checked expiry dates, and so I know what I've got there. And I have my back stock of my spices in here. And then at the bottom I've got, of course, onions, potatoes, extra coffee here. I use this little funnel thing for when I'm putting the coffee in the canisters in my coffee and tea cupboard. And of course I've got my a little bit of dog food there and an extra ketchup. I decided to replace that one wicker tray I had here with these 2 wicker baskets. So I've got sugar and flour in this one, and sugar and a little bit of rice backstock in that one. So I just have the crackers in that one, and up there I have the extra turquoise jars. I moved my dog food, and I'll show you where that went afterwards. But I took that wicker tray out that was here, and I put it over on the dining room table and brought out my mom's old little tablecloth too. I thought that'd be nice for spring. I ended up moving my extra dog food and treats here, and some extra poo bags as well. So when I get another bag of dry dog food, I can keep it up here. And the rest, I'd already showed you before, I put in those canisters there. So I've got dog food, dog treats, and a few poo bags, and then I just have the elastics and twist ties in the tiny one. So I did end up cleaning out my fridge and my freezer, and also my little chest freezer in the garage there. It had got quite a buildup of frost. Nothing exciting here, but just thought I'd show that. And I cleaned the outside of it as well. I got this stainless steel cleaner that I use for that. Now you may have already picked up on some of my tips throughout the video, but I am going to do a recap here now. My first tip is to check your expiry dates and see if any food has spoiled. Obviously, if any food is spoiled, you can throw that out automatically. Expiry dates is a little bit different. It depends what it is. It may or may not have gone bad. If it's been a recent expiry or not, I probably wouldn't chance it if it was 5 or 10 years, no matter what it is. But I'll leave that up to you. Canned goods are a little bit different. If a can has been damaged, you might not want to touch it, even if it isn't expired, because the inside seal may have been damaged, and then the food inside could spoil. Now my second tip is kind of a follow-up to tip number 1, and that is to take note of those items that you need to use up first. So the older items, you use those first. So, and you want to use up as much as possible of your older stuff, and especially if you are moving. My third tip is to keep those items that you use on a regular basis in an area that is very easy for you to access. For example, I have this Lazy Susan that I can turn around, and then I can easily access the things in the back. And because I'm vertically challenged, I can also reach the things that I normally like to reach for without having to stand on a ladder. My fourth tip is to decant some of your dry goods into airtight glass containers, such as flour and sugar and rice and lentils, that type of thing, like I have done here. For my fifth tip, after you have decanted some of your things into glass jars, you may still have some leftover food in the rest of the packaging, whether it be a bag or a box or something like that. Or maybe you've gone shopping and you have multiples of something that you use on a regular basis that you don't want to decant. What do you do with that? Well, what I have done with my pasta stuff and my other baked goods, which I've shown you a little earlier, is to put them in baskets. The baskets kind of hide the packaging so it doesn't look as busy. So it's there when I need it. The stuff that I am using right now that's current is in the jars, and I know to use that stuff up first. If you have stayed to the end here, I thank you so much for watching. and I will see you in the next one.